I've just recently completed a survey of Melbourne household practices of acquiring and disposing of second-hand goods. The reason we took this survey on, it's clear probably to most of you here that we're far better at recycling bulk materials than we are at reusing household goods, or even at avoiding acquiring things that will cause waste. So this area of second-hand goods and the reuse of second-hand goods actually has a lot of value to offer us. However, a lot of the current exchange in second-hand goods happens through informal channels, and really there's a lot that we don't know about what currently happens. So we did a survey with something like 306 Melbourne households about their practices, and what we found was that primarily people are much more likely to either discard things or give them away than they are to sell them. If they do sell their second-hand goods, they're more likely to use online channels now than they are to use various other channels. In terms of acquiring second-hand goods, most of our survey participants had actually purchased goods from second-hand shops in the last 2 years. People also acquire things from family and friends, and actually 40% of our sample had acquired things by scavenging hard rubbish. Some of the patterns in this, in people's use of second-hand goods, are linked to household composition. There's far greater activity in households where children are present, where there's a parent, particularly mother, at home, and they're really by far the most active sector of the population in the circulation of second-hand goods. Employment status was also important, education level, country of birth, dwelling types and residential tenures. People who have longer continuity in one place are more likely to be engaged in acquiring and disposing of second-hand goods. And for some obscure reason that I can't explain, car ownership was actually correlated with the likelihood of people, lack of a car was correlated with the likelihood of people scavenging hard rubbish. So I'm not quite sure how you explain that, except that you're more likely to see things on the footpath as you're walking past it than if you're driving past. Anyway, we have a lot of these little details about the social dynamics associated with the reuse of household goods, and a little bit to do with urban infrastructure as well. So basically, our findings point to the potential for households to be provided, I think, with additional services for the disposal of usable second-hand goods. I think projects such as Renew offer a great deal of potential. There was a great deal of willingness among our survey respondents to dispose of things in a considered way, and they were quite motivated by giving things away to people who might be able to reuse them. So I'll leave it there. Thank you.